You are in the supermarket. You have a shopping list. You came in for milk and bread. You walk out with $78 worth of things you needed that weren't even on your list. You say to yourself, well, they were offers. But here's the thing, that 50% off deal made you spend $30 on something you would never have bought. You just lost money, saving money. And the craziest thing is that your brain is convinced that you made a smart decision. If you've ever wondered why you always end up in the same financial situation no matter how much you earn, if you have felt that you make rational decisions but your bank account tells a different story, or if you said this month I'm going to save so many times that you've lost count, you need to understand something fundamental. Your brain is betraying you, and it's not your fault. My name is Mark, and I spend way too much time thinking about mental biases that sabotage your economic decisions. If you are someone who believes that your decisions are rational, but in reality they are dominated by invisible biases, fear of losing, overconfidence, social pressure, and automatic habits that lead you to spend poorly, get into debt and postpone investments, and repeat the same financial mistakes without understanding why, this video is for you. Make sure to subscribe and like this video if it helps you. The economically irrational brain. Look, here's the uncomfortable truth that no one wants to admit. We are not the rational beings we think we are. In fact, study after study shows that our decisions are influenced by brain chemistry. A 2019 study from the Journal of Behavioral Finance found that 89% of people believe they are rational. But when they looked at actual behavior, they found that 76% of those people showed bias. Think about it like this. Your brain evolved over millions of years on the African savanna, where the priority was surviving the next day, not planning your retirement in 40 years. There is no budget gene. There is no long-term investment instinct. Your brain is literally ill-equipped for the modern financial world, and companies know it. Brands spend billions hacking these biases to empty your wallet. Bias 1. Loss aversion. Why losing hurts twice as much. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman won a Nobel Prize for discovering this. Psychologically, losing $100 hurts about 2.5 times more than winning $100 hurts. Your brain does not process gains and losses symmetrically. The losses have a disproportionate impact. Imagine you bought shares for $50. Today they are worth $30. You've lost $20 on paper. Your brain panics, but instead of selling and cutting losses, you hold on. Because selling would make the real loss. As long as you don't sell, your brain can pretend that nothing happened. So you wait, and many times the stock drops to $15 before you finally give up, turning a manageable loss into a catastrophe. Now turn the situation around. You bought it for $50, now it's worth $70. You have won $20. Your brain says, take the profits. You sell immediately. The stock rises to $120 over the next few months, but you're already out. Do you see the pattern? You hold the losers too long and sell the winners too quickly. It's exactly the opposite of what you should do. And this bias costs the average investor 1.5% annually. On a $100,000 portfolio over 30 years, that's more than $140,000 in lost profits. This same bias causes you to make terrible decisions in your daily life. That gym membership you don't use, canceling it would be admitting that you lost money. So you keep paying, losing $45 more each month. That car that's costing you $400 a month in repairs, loss aversion plus the sunk cost fallacy. The money you already spent is gone, but your brain can't let it go. A friend of mine, Carlos, told me that he sold an apartment purchased in 2008. He bought it for $180,000. In 2010 it was worth $110,000. He refused to sell because he didn't want to lose money. He waited 16 years. He sold it last year for $195,000, believing he had finally won. But here's the math. He kept that capital trapped for 16 years. If I had put that $110,000 in the S&P 500 at 12%, today I would have $620,000. Instead, he has $195,000. Loss aversion cost him $425,000. Here's what they don't realize. The opportunity cost exceeds the original loss. Bias 2. The confirmation bias, see only what you want to see. Now, you might be thinking, hey Mark, I do my research before I buy. I read reviews, I compare prices. Brilliant. But here's the problem. Your brain isn't looking for the truth. You are looking for confirmation. Confirmation bias is the tendency to seek out information that confirms your existing beliefs. And in personal finances, this silently destroys you. Let's say you want to buy a new car. You've already decided you want a Honda Civic. Now you begin your investigation. But look at what you do. You read the positive reviews of the Civic. You ignore or rationalize the negative ones. When a friend mentions that their Mazda 3 is better, your brain finds reasons why they're wrong. You look for videos on YouTube that confirm your choice. The algorithm shows you more pro-Civic content. Within 3 days, you're convinced you did thorough research. But in reality, you only built an echo of your original decision. A 2021 Wharton study found that we spend 73% more time consuming positive information. And when shown direct contradictory evidence, 64% dismissed it as biased. This explains why so many people end up with buyer's remorse. It's not that the research was wrong. It was never really research. And this becomes dangerous with investments. Let's say you heard about Bitcoin from a friend. Your brain has already decided that this could be your chance. Then you find all the bullish items. You ignore the warnings of traditional economists like dinosaurs who don't understand technology. You invest $5,000. The price rises 20%. Your confirmation bias intensifies. I knew he was brilliant. You invest another $10,000. Then it drops 60%. You lose $9,000. But instead of leaving, you look for hope. You look for articles that tell you that this is only temporary and that those who HODL always win. Your decision-making process is corrupted from the start by this bias. Before making any important decision, write down the reasons why you should not make it. Force your brain to challenge your own idea. Actively look for conflicting information first. Read 1-star reviews before 5-star reviews. If after that you still believe, proceed. But 80% of the time, this process will save you from a costly mistake. Bias 3. Anchoring. The first number you hear catches you. Anchoring is the tendency to rely too much on the first piece of information you receive. You see a sweater. The original strike-through price says $200 and it's now on sale for $80. Your brain does the instant calculation, 60% off. That's a bargain. But that sweater never cost $200. The store put that price just so they could cross it off. By anchoring your expectation at $200, they made $80 seem like an incredible opportunity. Now multiply this trick throughout your financial life. Negotiating your salary. The employer says the range for this position is $50,000 to $70,000. You just got pinned. Even if you should make $85,000, that lower range is now pulling on your expectations. If you negotiate up to $72,000, you will feel victorious. But in reality, you lost $13,000 annually. Buying a house, the agent first shows you a terrible house priced at $450,000. Then a decent one at $480,000. Suddenly that second home seems reasonable. A 2018 Chicago study demonstrated the power of anchoring in 2 groups of people. Group A saw a price of $800 for a used phone. Group B saw nothing. Result: Group A estimated $520. Group B estimated $340. A difference of $180 for an arbitrary anchor. Research the numbers before entering into any negotiation. Set your own internal anchor. And when someone rolls a number first, ignore them and return them to your researched anchor. When I negotiated my last contract, the client said, "We normally pay between $75 and $90. I had already researched that the market for my experience was $130, $150. I responded, "My rate is $145. We settled on $135. I won much more than what was offered. That $4,000 difference on a 100-hour project was from not letting his number anchor me. Bias 4. The present bias. Why the future doesn't feel real. Your brain values their immediate rewards more than future rewards, even if they are more valuable. Would you rather $100 today or $110 in a month? Most say $100 today. Now is seductive. Your future self doesn't feel real to your present self, and this disconnection is costing you your retirement. You are 25 years old. If you invest $200 monthly until age 65, you will have $622,000. But your brain says, that's money to go out today. So you put off starting. You finally start at 35 years old. Same $200 per month, same return, but now you only have 30 years to spare. Total at retirement, $287,000. Waiting 10 years cost you $335,000. That money is not abstract. They are years of your life. It's the difference between worrying about money at 70 and living comfortably. Most people can know this, but knowledge does not change behavior. Your brain sees the $200 you don't spend today as a concrete, painful cost. But the $335,000 you'll lose in 40 years, that's abstract, distant, unreal. Buy $6 coffee daily, $2,190 a year instead of making it at home. Pay the minimum on your credit card and accumulate years of interest. Postponing minor car repairs until they become expensive catastrophes. Choosing the instant pleasure of an impulse purchase over the goal of buying a home. When they showed participants aged images of themselves using AI, seeing your future self made that self feel more real, more worthy of protection. Automate your future decisions now. Set up automatic transfers. The money disappears before your present bias can sabotage you. Treat your future self as a business partner who deserves his share of the income. Bias 5. The herd effect. The madness of financial crowds. Humans are social animals. Following the group kept our ancestors alive. That same instinct today makes you make terrible financial decisions. The herd effect is the tendency to follow what others do in uncertainty. Remember 2021, everyone was talking about GameStop, AMC, cryptocurrencies. Your brother-in-law won $30,000. Your partner bought a Tesla with Dogecoin. Your brain screams, you are missing something. Everyone makes money but you. This fear of missing out, FOMO, is the herd effect on steroids. You buy GameStop at $300 because it's going to go to $1,000. You put $5,000 in crypto. 6 months later, GameStop is at $40. Your cryptos lost 70%. Nobody wants to buy your NFT even for $500. You have lost $11,000. By the time you hear about an opportunity, by the time it hits your feed, it's too late. You are the last link in the chain, the final buyer who allows others to earn. Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. But your brain does the opposite. You buy high and sell low. Recipe to lose. Robert Shiller found that financial bubbles always follow the same pattern. FOMO spreads. The "this time is different" justifies the absurd prices. The music stops, prices collapse. The last group to enter loses the most. It happened with tulips in 1637. It happened with dot-coms in 2000. It happened in 2008. Decide in advance what percentage of your wealth will go to each asset. Ask yourself, would I be buying this if no one else was? The bias that no one admits, overconfidence. This makes everything more dangerous. Dunning-Kruger effect. People with less knowledge overestimate their abilities. 93% of drivers believe they are above average. Mathematically impossible. 82% of investors believe their skills are above average. The average investor earns 4-5% annually, while the S&P 500 averages 11%. Because people believe they can pick winning stocks and be smarter. Overconfidence makes you trade too much, generating unnecessary taxes. The most successful traders share one characteristic: radical humility. They acknowledge that they don't know what will happen. That's why they use stop losses and diversify. Traders who lose are usually the most confident. I know what I'm doing. Famous last words before losing years of savings. How to deactivate these biases. Your action plan. 1. Automate your finances. Remove emotion from the equation. Set up transfers at 20% of your income. Automate withdrawals and debts. Don't depend on your willpower. Automation is not tiring or biased. 2. Implement the 72-hour rule. For any purchase over $100, wait, write it down. If after 3 days you still want it, go ahead. The impulse will have passed. 3. Create a personal board of directors. Find 2-3 people better than you with money. Give them permission to question your decisions. Their perspective neutralizes your internal biases. 4. Keep a decision journal. Before you decide, write down why you want to do it. What risks do you see and what biases could affect you? This act activates your rational brain. 5. Invest in your financial education. Read a book about finances every quarter. Every book you read makes you a little more immune to these biases. 6. Establish metrics. You can't improve what you don't measure. Once a month, review your savings rate, wealth growth, and investment performance. The numbers don't lie. They force you to confront reality instead of the narrative your brain wants to believe. The final truth: these biases are not going away. They are part of our psychology. You can't delete them, but you can design your financial life to work with them. Think of it like designing a house for a child. You put the chemicals out of their reach. Your brain is that child. He will naturally do things that sabotage your future. But you can design systems that make the right decisions automatic. The difference between success and failure is rarely intelligence or income. It is the ability to recognize your biases and build structures that neutralize them. Your brain is not going to change, but your systems can, and that changes your results. Choose one, just one of the biases we discussed today. The one that resonates most with you. Over the next 2 weeks, implement a specific defense against that bias. Loss aversion, set automatic stop losses and time limits. Present bias, automate your savings today. Don't wait until tomorrow. Herd effect, eliminate financial social media for a month. Start small, but it starts today. Because every day you wait, they decide for you. Those decisions are costing you money that you don't even realize you're losing. Money is not just mathematics, it's psychology. And whoever understands it always wins. If this video helped you, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment about your bias. The first step to defeating these invisible enemies is to simply see them. Now get out there and make better decisions. Your future self will thank you.